Should I sit up a little bit more? I'm a little lower than you are. Here.
You're perfect. All right, one and all, we're just activating the live here on YouTube, and I will set us up. Okay, here we go. Well, welcome one and all to Good Life GPS. James MacNeil here. And as always, Good Life GPS is focused on helping you to find the best path to your best life as your best self. And today is one of those days as I bring together the top experts, leading minds, leading hearts, super successful people, experts, whether they are historically gurus and they've put themselves out there as experts. And some of the people I bring on, they haven't put themselves out there in a big way. And this is one of those people who's somewhere in between, in that she's far more amazing than you may know. You may not have even heard of Cheryl, but you are certainly going to fall in love with this sweet soul right now. It is my honor and my privilege to welcome you to Good Life GPS. Welcome, Cheryl.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Yay. So you are quite the expert. And I'll just say, for me, it's radical self-care. The whole conversation, we've gone this way and that way. We've talked about food. We've talked about self-love. We've talked about, I'd say emotional intelligence conversations. We've talked about many things. But today's focus, I want to talk about radical self-care. And I tell you what, Cheryl, I'm the poster boy for who needs this. I'm not coming at this as I got it right and now I'm bringing on a friend who helped me get it right. I haven't got it right. I have a track record of exhaustion. I have been clinically exhausted on multiple times. I have a tendency to say to my body and my brain, shut up and put up. We got stuff to do. And I'll give you a rest whenever I give you a rest. I'll give you food of whatever type I decide whenever I do. And I haven't honored my body and brain, and I haven't respected their needs. I've basically said, look, you're my slaves, do what I tell you. And it hasn't, it served me in that I've been able to work really hard. The younger me would have said, the way I succeed or win is I can out-pain anyone, which means I can push harder, I can push longer, I can survive more rejection, more failure, more difficulty, more stress. Everyone will quit before me. And if I can't outperform, I can outlast. And so that's been my mindset. And I fear I'm not alone. I fear there's people watching this right now that say, oof, maybe I could have honored my health and my wellness and myself more than I have. So would you be kind enough to just save me and save the rest of us? Talk about what is radical self-care, why it's important, and then how we can do it. So please take us away.
I want to go back 1 minute because what you just described was me until 13 years ago, when I had been ignoring my body telling me that I shouldn't keep pushing through, that I needed to take care of my body. Yep. It was going through my head with the speed of light. And I was, yeah, I hear you, but no, I have to push through. And I kept pushing. And I have a joke that the universe, when it wants me to get something, first pokes me in the arm, then I get the NCIS slap. And finally, if I'm not paying attention, the 2x4 comes down. Well, I had my own very successful jewelry business. I was putting all of my attention into continuing that because it was really important to me, because it was the first time I gone out without partners and it was working, but I wasn't taking care of me. And one morning I woke up and the 2x4 had come down. Every single thing in my body hurt. Every muscle, every joint. I thought, what is this? Do I have the flu? I couldn't get out of bed. After a week, I decided something's really wrong here. I went to the doctor. We ran 5 rounds of tests, and she came back and said, guess what? There's nothing wrong with you. And I went, that's absolutely ludicrous. I'm going to go find it. And she said, you'll be back. And I said, no, probably not. I had no clue what I was looking for, but I was really lucky. I had the universe's hand on my back, and I dropped into the functional medical community. And functional medical community means they have been trained conventionally, but they all either got sick themselves or had a loved one that got sick that they couldn't help. So they went back for additional training in functional medicine. And the difference is they look at the whole body. So if you're exhausted, they're not going to just deal with the fact that you're exhausted. They
Hmm.
know that all parts of the body work together. And they were running 20 different summits with multiple doctors, and I listened to every single one.
Wow.
And I made notes and decided where I was going to implement. And I decided it was sort of like I could have had a V8. Eating the
Hmm.
correct food was important. That made sense to me. So looked into starting to eat real organic food.
Yep.
I
Yep.
started cooking so that I could control what went into my body. I knew from my testing that my stress level was almost to Addison's disease because I had no cortisol left in my body. I'd been chased by a tiger 24/7 and I'd
Yes.
used it all up. So I started doing Tao yoga and learning how to breathe so that we all have stress, but when it becomes toxic, it
Hmm.
interrupts every single organ in our body. So I learned how to breathe, and it takes 4 minutes twice a day. I do it every day faithfully because it's not like it's taking up a lot of time, but you're letting that toxic stress out so
Yes.
that you're not interrupting your body. So I started doing that. And
Hmm.
then I dug in and started eliminating every toxin I could find in my environment because I was born in Pittsburgh. I
Hmm.
had terrible problems as a child. My parents got me out of there because I had so many allergies and
Mm.
illnesses and things. And there in Pittsburgh at the time, there was a lot of coal dust and seal
Yes. Yes.
dust.
Yes. Yes.
And we moved to California, and my health improved dramatically at 5 years old. So I knew that I was sensitive to toxins,
Hmm.
and I was appalled because absolutely everything I was using in my life was loaded with poison.
Mm.
So I systematically eliminated every toxin I could find in my home, in my environment, in my food, and it took 5 years, but in 5 years, I had returned to feeling so fantastic. I couldn't believe that I was the same person. So, what did I do with my business? I had trained a staff that was very loyal to me. So, I would go in and tell them they were doing a great job, and they kept things going while I did deep research to return my body to
Hmm.
well. It was not easy climbing out of that ditch I had
Hmm.
dug for myself. And I was so excited. I started talking to people about it everywhere I went. I was telling people at the grocery store why not to buy a
Hmm.
certain loaf of bread or having a conversation in the dentist's office
Hmm.
because I felt so fantastic. I wanted everybody to stop feeling
Hmm.
lousy, ignoring their body. Your body's very smart. I couldn't get over how smart my body was because it wanted to tell me what to
Hmm.
do. And I wanted everybody to feel as great as I did. So at 67, I went back to school to get certified as a health coach so that even though I had done massive amounts of research, I wanted the certification so people would believe that I knew what I was talking about.
Yes.
And this was
Yes.
13 years ago. I'm now 76, about to turn 77.
Wow.
I feel better than I did in my 50s, and that's what I want for all of you.
I
So,
love it.
what does this have to do with self care and building resilience as your competitive edge in business? You don't even have any idea how great you can be when you start taking care of all aspects of your life with self care. And I
Hmm.
mean your physical life, your mental life, your spiritual life, your functional life, which are things like your finances. When all those puzzle pieces are in place, you can be everything that you came to this planet to be. You can be your own great self. You have more mental clarity. You have more creativity. Your brain works better. Your mitochondria, which are your little battery packs in all your cells, have more energy, and you are literally unstoppable. It improves all your relationships, both at home and in business. And you need that. It improves my relationships with my employees, with my customers, with my suppliers. And I didn't have a boss at that point, but it would have improved my relationship with my superiors. It changed everything about my
Hmm.
life. And one of the things that happens, I'm a huge believer in eating all the colors of the rainbow of organic whole foods, and I buy them as close to the farm as I can. That's my
Hmm.
whole thing about how to eat. And the reason that it's important to buy it close to the farm is it begins losing its goodies within 3 days of being picked. So if you want the full benefit of the full rainbow and they work together and party to make you feel fantastic, then you need to get as close to the farm as you can. If you can't get close to the farm, I have now moved from California where all the food was grown to Arizona where not all of the food is grown.
Hmm.
So you can't always do that, but you want to get it as close to that as possible. And your body tells you how
Hmm.
happy it is, and it changes all your hormones. It turns on all your happy hormones. So now when my feet hit the ground, I'm already ready to go and feeling fantastic because my dopamine is in place and my serotonin, which is your happiness hormone, my oxytocin, which is what bonds you to other people. Even my GABA is in place, which eliminates all my anxiety. And I used to have a real worry gene. It's gone. So when you feel that way, you approach life from a totally resilient point of view because I say yes to me first,
Hmm.
and then I go out and say yes and present myself to the world from that point of view.
I love it. Now, you've given us about 14 books worth of content there real quick. So I want to make this consumable for people, right? You've given us a buffet. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, it sounds great, but I'm busy. I got stuff to do. And I just want to be clear that what Cheryl is saying is if your current strategy is based on optimal outcome, then your current strategy may not be facilitating optimal outcome. So it's not about achieving less, it's about achieving more. And so if you're twice as smart, could you get more done? If you were twice as appealing, as in you're so charismatic, everyone wanted to be around you, everyone wanted to work with you. If you were able to be sharp on your feet in conflict and difficult conversations, negotiations and sales, could that improve your income? Basically, if you were to supercharge you, could you work less and achieve more? And the answer, of course, is yes. If you could take, I don't know if Cheryl, you saw the movie Limitless, but in this movie Limitless, the character takes this miracle pill which accesses his brain, and now he's able to go from virtually homeless to be super successful. And at the end of the movie, I think he's running for president of the United States by the end. But what I want to say to you is, honoring your wellness, and I'm preaching to myself here, just so you know, I'm not a poster boy of getting this right, but honoring your wellness is the fastest path to all that you're seeking to accomplish in panic mode. And if you can find that wellness and that optimal performance and that flow state, then things fall into place quickly and easily. So we're not talking about taking achievement off of your priority list. We're saying have an enlightened perspective on achievement and include yourself as a part of the equation rather than just keep pushing and do your best. So first, I just want everyone to know this is not diminishing a optimization of performance. This is, in fact, an enlightened way to optimize performance. So that's the first thing I
And you
want to say.
can't believe how much more you have to give when you feel fantastic.
Yes.
You attract energy. We attract what we put out. Our inner energy is what attracts our outer world. And
Mm-hmm.
when you feel this good, you start attracting all kinds of
Mm-hmm.
opportunities. The right people come into your life. You have the optimal creativity
Yep.
to get your business to move forward. And you learn that you have the power that no one ever told you you have to make yourself well and through self-love to get over all the barriers that you've been putting in place that are limiting your
Mm-hmm.
success. And
Mm-hmm.
once you know that nothing is impossible, you are limitless.
Yes.
And you can create that for you are the creator. You can
Mm-hmm.
do this for yourself. And when you put your wellness into place and you say yes to yourself first, all the other pieces fall in place. And yes, they are your secret weapon
Mm-hmm.
for
Mm-hmm.
accomplishing everything you want to accomplish.
Thank you. And the second thing I wanted to highlight for everyone watching is the quality and quantity of people you attract. So, and how they treat you. If you want to know why people treat you the way they do, whether they treat you with honor, respect, if they respect your time, they keep their word, they just truly respectful and honoring of you. I want you to know the secret. People will treat you no better than you treat yourself. There's something about when you honor you, everyone gets the memo. Everyone just knows this is not a person you disrespect. This is not a person you take for granted. This is not a person that you neglect or that you fail to keep your word or keep your promises. When they study even like the darkest side of societal possibilities, people who are like psychopaths and whatever, they will look for someone who doesn't have self-love. They will look for someone who doesn't take care of themselves. And so the more you honor you, the more everyone around you, without a word spoken, will get the memo, and they will start honoring you the way you honor you. So if you feel taken advantage of by others, disrespected by others, not appreciated by others, just know this, that's how you're treating you, and they're simply following your example. So the more you honor yourself, the more the world will honor you. And I think that's one of the things that we can easily skip. And so you matter, and how you treat you is how the world is going to treat you. So that's very important.
You actually pull in what you reflect. If you love yourself, you don't pull in somebody who's going to make you happy. You're already happy.
Mm-hmm.
You pull in people who will add to your happiness. It's a totally different energy, and you start to repel people who are not at your
Mm-hmm.
energy. So
Yeah.
people who are angry and guilty and filled with fear, they don't even come into your orbit anymore because you are none of those things anymore.
There's no resonance.
So you're attracting all the good things that life has to offer you.
Love it. Love it. Now, I want to highlight three things that you said and let you give us some closing thoughts and then guide people towards learning more. So I just want to focus on, first, breathing. You talked about four times a day, 2 minutes or something like that. Just help me out with that.
2 times
so talk
a day,
about
4 minutes.
Yep.
You can actually look it up on YouTube. I do the Dr. Andrew Weil 478 breath. It takes 4 minutes and it releases all of the stress that I have that's impairing my sympathetic nervous system.
Beautiful. Let's get the name
again. That
brings
the energy to my brain and makes me far more effective.
What's the name again? Dr. Andrew?
Dr. Andrew Weil.
How do you spell Weil?
478. W-E-I-L.
E-I-L. And it's 478, you said?
478. And you can go online and there are several videos where you do it right with him.
Beautiful.
He was the first integrative doctor and started a whole movement on integrative medicine.
Beautiful. So we're talking about 2 times a day, 4 minutes. It's laid out for you. That can have a supernatural effect on your entire body as it's properly oxygenated. Therefore, you have far more sharpness and clarity. It releases all the happy, healthy hormones, and it removes toxicity, all in a grand total of 8 minutes a day. Is that right?
That's correct. And every organ in your body is impacted by your stress level. So if you want to feel great, finding a way to release the toxic stress is crucial.
Beautiful. Number 2 was food. And you talked about rainbow colors. You talked about organic, and you talked about it being close to the farm. So not everyone is in farmland. Not everyone, maybe likes the rainbow of colored food and so on. So what kind of tips can you give people for what can you do today to begin moving in the right direction of rainbow, organic, close to the farm?
Buy real food and cook. It's only by cooking most of your own food that you control what you put into your body so that your body can respond the way it was meant to respond.
Nice.
And all the colors are important because they each have different gifts. Yes. And then they get together and they create wellness in your body. And I teach a class called Ditch the Standard American Diet and Learn to Eat Real Food. You can start to feel the difference in as little as 30 days. And once you start to feel that great, you're not so willing to give it up anymore.
I love it. And people, for those of you watching, you can get all the details of what we've been talking about in two books that Cheryl has produced. And I always ask my guests to give a gift. And so Cheryl said, no, I refuse to give a gift. I'm going to give two gifts. And so she is giving you both of these books that you can access online. And you'll be able to do that at bit.ly, where am I? bit.ly/radical self-care, and we'll put it in the description. So you'll just click on the link, and there you're going to find two books that you can access. One is Radical Self-Care, and the other one is It's Not Complicated. And what we're talking about right now with the food, that's where you're going to find that. And then the third thing that you had mentioned categorically in your share was toxins. So I heard what's her name? Beautiful actress, became a billionaire, and she did that through helping people with removing toxins from their home. And I heard her on an interview, and she had said the number one source of toxins in your home is the air fresheners, the scented,
Oh,
the
yeah.
things with scents. So,
Perfumes, all the smells, the stuff in your laundry, those ads where they're smelling it, they're
mhm,
poisoning themselves.
wow. And do you have information on that in one of those two books that you've gifted people?
I do have information in another thing
And it's
that's
at the same
available at the
location.
same. I have a magazine on A to Z for health,
Beautiful.
and there are several articles on toxicity in the magazine.
Beautiful. A to Z on Health magazine. And you're going to be looking for the information on toxicity. And this is, listen, for one and all, what if I could give you a magic pill like the movie Limitless? And this magic pill will simply take your brain to the next level, take your peace factor to the next level, to take your attractiveness to the next level, to maximize your ability, your attractiveness, your confidence, your effectiveness, and sleep well and live at
Which is also
peace
important.
and have fun. All of this is yours. You simply click on the link, the bit.ly link, Radical Self-Care, which we're going to put in the description, and you simply allow Cheryl, the health muse, to bless you, to encourage you. She's a health evangelist, and she wants you to know what you're capable of. And it's not chemicals. The medical industry will want you to stay in a state where you pay to minimize symptoms. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about actual health and freedom from the continuation of chemicals and painkillers and this and that to try and minimize the effects of what doesn't need to be there in the first place.
And you
And
don't
so
need anybody's permission to take care of yourself with radical self-care.
I love it.
I'm not opposed to dealing with doctors.
Hmm.
I am, however, going to encourage you to partner with them and to own
Yes.
it yourself and
Amen.
do your research. We sometimes need pills to mitigate symptoms, but
Sure.
don't just take the pill. Then
Hmm.
do the work with the inside of your body so that you don't need it anymore and get him to help you get off of it.
That's right. It's like stop duct taping your rocket ship together. It's not that duct tape doesn't serve a purpose at times, but what you might want to do is have a completely healthy life, body, radical self care, and to be able to optimize who you are and how you're showing up so that you can move forward with flow and ease in your health, your relationships, and your finances. You don't have to burn the candle at both ends. You don't have to burn it at all. There's a flow state. And when you honor your self care, you can easily enjoy that, and everyone around you will be blessed. You will be a light in a dark space. You'll be people will ask you, why are you so happy and healthy? How come everything's so easy for you? Why is it that everyone loves you and everyone respects you and everyone wants to do business with you? And then you can simply share what you've learned. But it starts with you and it starts with me. And so I encourage one and all to dive deeply in to Cheryl's work at bit.ly/radical self-care. Get the books, learn about the toxicity. And Cheryl, I can't thank you enough. You are a blessing, my dear friend.
Thank you so much for having me. This is your road to joy. Saying yes to you is what brings all the good things life has to offer into your life.
Amen and amen. Thank you so much. Be blessed, my dear friend. One and all,
Thank you.
follow up, follow through. And last note, and I probably should have said this right out of the gate, Cheryl and I have made our connection because we're both speakers at the 3rd annual Global Speakers event coming up in December. And Cheryl will be there. What day is your?
Mine is Wednesday the 18th, and I'm the first speaker to
Woohoo.
talk about resilience on that day and how it will change your whole business trajectory.
I love it. I love it. And so I will be sharing twice, I think once on the 2nd and one on the 16th. But get yourself a free ticket. We're giving away free tickets. I'll put it in the link. So click on that, register yourself for the 3rd annual Global Speakers event, and click on the bit.ly link for Radical Self-Care and grab the books, grab the wisdom, and then simply move at your pace and watch how good you feel as you continue to honor yourself more and more. Once you've got into the flow of new habits, it's easy and you feel great. And once again, thank you so much, Cheryl. God bless you.
Thank you
I
so
look
much.
forward